Let's talk about some of the worst advice that you guys got maybe for parenting. Did anybody tell you something that you thought, are you kidding me? Stay at home.
Everybody's crickets.
I know, right?
I know,
I
right?
had somebody tell me I was ridiculous for working. That I should really rethink my career.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awful.
Talk about spreading mom guilt.
Right, exactly. No,
seriously.
one of my closest friends did tell me early on, because feeling guilty always going back to work with your first one.
Right.
Because she was able to stay home a lot. She works now, but she said, you know, what somebody told me, and I thought they were absolutely right, is you don't like to think that anybody can change the diapers or give a bottle to your baby as well as you can, and you want to bond with them. You feel guilty going back at 3 months. She said, but when they're really going to need you, you know, like if you're ever going to have that time is when they want to talk to you in the car after school or, you know, like, and so that made me feel better. Yeah. And I thought that was good. And so, you know, by the time my kids were old enough, I was on the morning shift. So I kind of like that I have that time in the afternoon to talk to them. Or,
Right,
you know.
right. They're a little bit older to kind of have that bond, right?
I think for me, the worst thing, now it just came to me, the worst thing that somebody ever said to me was early on when I had Ella, I was nursing and I chose to nurse. Moms who nurse and moms who
It's
do
not
bottles,
easy.
I'm for both, so I
Yeah.
support whatever works for moms because it's not easy.
No.
So I chose to nurse and it was so difficult for me and I was plowing through and I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. And somebody's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that and stressing yourself out? And I think they were trying to help, but you know, it's the same if you just give them a bottle, you know, formula, and I'm like, leave me alone. I'm working so hard. I'm trying so hard, you know, and looking back, that was just the worst thing that
you
somebody
can say to
said. Like, why are
somebody.
you even doing that?
I know.
Because I'm trying. I'm trying
Yeah.
as a mom.
Well, I'm trying to do what was important to you.
Yeah, for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, we mixed. We did both. We did bottle, we did formula, we did nursing, and it worked because the babies were happy.
Right.
Whatever works for moms at home, I'm a big supporter
Happy
of.
mom equals happy
Yes,
baby, for sure.
Yeah.
for
We
sure.
did that we mixed it all up too, but early on, I'm now thankful for this nurse whenever Jack was born, because I was trying, I'm like, no, I'm only gonna nurse. I'm not gonna give him the bottle. Nursing is better. That's what everybody told me. And so I'm only gonna nurse. And then, you know, finally, after the first time in the hospital, this nurse who was very sweet, she's like, I think if you just give him a bottle, he'll stop crying. And so at the time I was very upset because I was like, okay. So she gave him a bottle and he was still crying. I'm like, you ruined it! You ruined it! Now she kind of like gave me a pass because then it was like, well, she ruined it. I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. It was her fault.
Right.
It is. It's so hard. I was the same way with both boys, but I also remember pumping in a live truck, which
Yeah.
is really
Yes,
interesting.
right.
You know, when you're out and about, it's
And it's August.
yeah,
And you're right.
Yeah, and you're
And
sweating.
you're still emotional, and you're like, I'm just trying to get through it.
Photographers are knocking on the door. I'm not done. I'm not done yet. Go away. What about date night, Britta? I know that you do a lot of things at home and 3 kids, and so do you and your husband have a chance to do date night or
No.
send the kids to bed and no?
Date night happens when we have grandparents in town.
Okay.
And that's just our reality. You know, it's really different. I think all the parents out there that have a sped ed kid are just going to understand that
Sure.
if you have a special needs kid, it is really, really hard to get away. And it's just, yeah. So we wait for grandparents to be in town. We do have really close friends that will help give us that respite during the week. But I just, you know, it's that guilt thing. I feel guilty being like, well, do we use that for dinner? You know, I should reserve that for when we really need it. Like, hey, something really important's going on and I really need help. But to put it on my friends just for like a date night, and now they're all going to watch and be like, Britta, I told you, I'll watch the kids.
Right. You're like, it's not a hint.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, really, we just sort of wait until grandparents are in town, which the pandemic's been awesome for that.
Right.
And we take advantage of the time that we're with family. And then we can completely relax. You know what I mean? They're with their grandparents, and that's
don't
when
worry.
I'm carefree.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm completely carefree. And so that's when we get it in. But, you know, when that's not an option, you know, we do try and get that 30 minutes, like on a Saturday. Friday night, I'm too tired.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I wake up at 1:30 in the morning and sleep like 4 hours a night. So Friday night, I pass out with the kids. But Saturday night, we do usually watch a show together. So right now, we're watching Yellowstone.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
isn't it amazing?
So I guess
so
that counts
good.
as a date night, right?
Absolutely, it's
Saturday
time together.
night, we
Yeah.
watch our show and we don't cheat on each other. We
Right.
wait until we're together and then we pick up wherever we were. Even if it's like 3 weeks and we haven't
Yeah.
watched it, we'll sit down and watch
It's
a
your
show.
thing.
So there, I do have a date night.
Yes, you do. You have time together. What about you, Sophia?
Well, we tried to do once a month. We would go out somewhere, just Dan and I. It's been like 2 months since the last time we went, just because of everything that's been going on. So we try to go at least once a month, like on an actual date. We get a babysitter and we go. We leave the kids, and my 4-year-old's like, "Don't leave me! Where are you going? Where are you going?" I'm like, "We gotta go." But
Don't look back.
That's when
Don't
you
look
need
back.
a strong
Run.
babysitter to hold them. A bear hug until I'm just kidding.
So funny.
them. Yeah.
You know, it's we're the same way. Orlando and I are both transplants here, and our parents are older, and so we don't have any family at all. We have one babysitter that kind of rotates between 5 or 6 families that we have. So that's rare that happens. So we don't have the luxury of grandparents being around the corner. And I remember this was a couple months ago. AJ said to Orlando and I, "Mom, Dad, Connor and I, we're going to be upstairs. We have our snacks. Connor and I are going to watch a movie, and you and Mom can drink wine and kiss."
You're like, thanks, but I don't really feel like
I'm like, where did you ever see that?
I know.
You know, but it was the funniest thing. So now that's like, if we're
So
texting
funny.
about if we're going to watch our show or something,
Right.
you want to drink wine and kiss tonight? You know, that's like our date night. But we also have a TV outside because we have a pool, and so sometimes we'll just go out on the patio,
Right.
bundle
That's
up because
nice.
it's been cold, close the door, and just be like, "So, what are you doing today?"
Right.
You know, like just
Yeah.
having that
You connect.
conversation.
That's nice.
Even though they're older, they're still like, "Ma, I need you,"
Yeah.
or "I need
Right.
this," or yelling at each other, or whatever the case may be. You know,
Right,
getting some alone
exactly.
time, I think, is really, it's important.
Right.
So important. You just have to reconnect, and see each other, and be close, and not have the little ones needing things and all over you and want to sit in between you and take over. Yeah,
Right.
definitely need that.